Hi everyone, it's Layna. We're doing a restorative session today. Not too long, right? We're gonna jump right into it, open hips, but also chill. So we need a bunch of props, but if you don't have them, you can always makeshift other things like pillows, blankets, books. No, blocks really do work best for this one, no. We'll start in a supported fish. The blocks are already in their formation. I like to do the lowest, widest setting. Shoulder blades will go here. This one's for your head. This one can go, there's lots of heights, right? You can play with that. So put them down there for starters. Sit about 6 inches in front of this block. Roll back so that you land your shoulder blades, the back of a bra strap line, right on that block. Then the other one, medium height, it's a good place to start so that you feel open. But you don't want to be too crunched up here or too down there. So find the happy place for you. Good. Scoot your tailbone towards your feet. Put your butt down. Then extend your legs all the way out. And if you've never done this position, definitely tinker with it until it feels just right. So that you can just settle. Have your arms plopped in a very comfortable place for you. Let your feet relax. Close your eyes. Begin to breathe a bit slower and deeper. Let the shape of these blocks, this supported backward bend, just do its magic. Nothing needs to happen except that you surrender to the shape of it. Allow the front of your body to open. If you decide that you could go a little lower with your head block, try it out. Keep working towards a more open front body, more expansion through collarbones and throat. Stay in this position for one more breath, just nice and chill. We'll keep pretty much everything the same. Stay on your blocks, but reach your arms all the way around your body. Give yourself a nice big bear hug. Try to reach around for your shoulder blades. And then all the way back open. Stretch your chest open wide till the backs of your hands are on the floor again. Let's do one more like that. So reach up and open. Nice big bear hug. Try to cross the other elbow on top, the non-dominant way. Brain teaser. And then open all the way back up. Similar. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. And then overhead, way behind you till your thumbs just barely graze the floor. Really great place for an inhale. And the exhale comes right back up. Do a couple of those and start moving your arms around in your own way. Take it on the road, nice big swings or back strokes. Create your own design. Lastly, ending with arms overhead behind you. Clasp opposite elbows and let the weight of your arms open through your chest. Okay, come out slowly. To come out, we roll. So just bend your knees, roll off to one side, right off of your blocks, till you're in the fetal position. Then press up. Come all the way to a seat. Cool. Now leave your blocks where they are. Turn towards them. Yeah, and then stack them up. One on top of the other. Bring your palms just behind them out to the sides. Down dog. Tuck your toes under. Lift your knees up. And start adding any kind of movements that feel really good to stretch out your calves or your hamstrings. Okay, now take a look at your blocks. Take a giant step, right foot outside your blocks, right where your hand is. Lower your back knee down. Then scoot your blocks in so you can bring your elbows to them. Lizard lunge. You can keep your back toes tucked, especially if that's better for your knee. Like if the kneecap on the floor, we can put some padding under there too. Otherwise, flip to the top of your foot. Push your elbows into the block and spread your chest out a little wider. So we're not just like blah, hanging out, you know. Push down, open, and then allow your hips to settle down and forward. Do have a sense of release in your neck though. The back of your neck extend as your shoulders draw back. And the height of your blocks is totally interchangeable. So you could go higher or lower. And certainly as a little bit of time passes, play with going lower. In this position, notice what you feel in the back leg, quadricep, hip flexor, inner thigh possibly, right? And it's always different day to day. But these restorative, chiller, deeper stretches are really just meant for you to pick up some information and notice what part of your body needs a little attention, what needs more flexibility, even what needs more strength, right? Because the most functional body has the combination of both flexibility and strength. Let's do one more deep breath here on this side. Keep hugging your right knee in towards your right shoulder. Push down through the front foot. Okay, then crawl back up. Switch sides. So nice and gently slide your right leg back. Pedal out your legs a couple of times. The blood flow back in all your joints. And then head to lizard on the other side. Step your left foot where your left hand is. Lower your back knee. Adjust as needed. You can throw a blanket under the back knees. Really, really nice for any kind of tension in your kneecap. And work your elbows down. There's different schools of thought on what happens with the front foot. So if you feel like your left toes are starting to want to turn to the left and your knee too, that's great. You know, it's just a different version, different angle of a stretch. The only real golden rule on that one is that if you're going to turn your knee out, turn your toes out to match. Knees and toes, same direction. That's when they're the happiest. As we get deeper on this side, start to notice when your body is ready to go deeper. It's like layer by layer, breath by breath, there's usually a shift. So as we hold these poses, notice when that shift happens for you and then move a little bit deeper, but wait for it till you really do feel that, oh, okay, I hear you, body. Last breath on this side. And we come back up nice and slow. Option for down dog or tabletop, hands and knees, something that you feel like will balance out your knees and hips. And once you get some wiggles out, move your blocks off to the side, but grab your bolster for a super awesome version of pigeon, which is an outer hip stretch, piriformis, IT band, TFL, lots of outer hip stuff. So now with your bolster, place it at the middle of your mat, well, kind of like middle front, the wide way, okay? Down dog, hands in front of bolster, feet behind. Now as we slide into pigeon, lay your shin in front of the bolster. So you can lift your right leg up to start, draw your right leg forward, and lay it right in front. And lower your back knee. Stay upright just to get the turn of the pelvis. So if you feel like you're rolling off to the side and you're on the inside of your back leg, that's normal, right? It tends to go that way, but roll, lift your hips up, pull your right hip back hip forward, and lay your hip and thigh onto the bolster. Okay, and then come forward, and hopefully the blocks are nearby if you like them under your elbows, under your head. Something that's chill, you know, not too much effort. It's fun to find out exactly what kind of block tower or bolster and blanket tower that feels really good to you. And then once you find a good spot, just settle into it. Breathe slowly and deeply. As you're breathing, if you feel like your front knee needs a little bit less intensity, you can lift the bolster and scoot your foot under there a little bit. Take one last breath on this side. And then rise. And keep the block situation, because we'll come right back to it, but on the other side, right? So if you slipped your foot under, slide it out. Just roll out of this one real gentle. And return to down dog, or you can come into this from any other way. So down dog can be fun, or you just step over. There's another way to do it, right? Step over and lay down like that. They're all good. Once you find that nice rotation of your hips, check in with your knee. If there's any kind of pulling, slide your foot underneath that side of the bolster that your foot's at, and fold forward. Stay on the whole top of your back leg rather than letting it roll to the inside. Settle into the tension that may come up. Anything, right? We're here to observe, to listen to the cues of our body, to notice where we hold tension. And when you find it, not to keep it there or resist it, you know, because it's not always awesome to relieve tension. It can sometimes be challenging. And that's part of the practice, to sit with what you feel. And instead of resisting or pushing it back down, just to consciously allow it to come up and breathe it out. One last deep breath. And if you've been holding back at all, just slide into the deepest place that you can. And to come out, make it the easiest possible exit. You can roll over to your hips, slide the leg out of there, and come to a seat. Shake your legs out in front of you. And now let's take a forward fold with feet kind of, like legs kind of wide, but not that wide. Halfway in between a straddle and legs all the way together, basically, like a V. And lean forward, scooch, scooch, scooch. So you're more on the very front of your sitting bones rather than your tailbone, yeah? And if that is not super accessible, scooch right onto the edge of a blanket. It makes it so much, it's like, boop, puts the pelvis in the exact right position. Now, bolsters, blocks, whatever you feel like you want, so you can fold very comfortably. Let's see, what do I want? This one. And have your head rested to something. Arms by your side, or you can grab onto your feet, something comfortable. Have your head truly resting on something. So build yourself a tower so it's pretty cozy. Because as your head finds its place to rest, it allows your body, your nervous system to kick on the relaxation response. Begin to heal, recover, and repair tissues in your body. It all starts with finding that place to get relaxed enough to soften your face and release your shoulders. And allow the shape to take over as you breathe. One more deep breath. If you can go farther, definitely do. Very gently begin to crawl up. Heading into pretty much our final shape. But it's really nice to have props for this one. So that blanket that you're sitting on, slide it back so that's a pillow for your head. Or not, it's nice though. Have the bolster for underneath your knees. Setting it up, right? Setting up for success. And as you lay all the way down onto your back, you can readjust things so it's all in the right spot. Now start with your feet on the bolster. We'll just do a couple windshield wipers first. Have your arms wherever. And keep going, windshield wiping. Slide your feet wide so that the inner knee each time makes it towards the floor. If one side feels like it needs a little bit more attention, you can always linger. As you feel balanced, extend your legs so the bolster's right underneath your knees. Scoot your tailbone towards the bolster so your low back is long. And readjust so your head and neck are just totally comfortable, you know. Close your eyes, scan your body little by little, muscle by muscle. Let your whole body rest. Be here as long as you need to. A significant amount of time in this type of shape is like sleeping, right? Restorative, healthy. So be here as long as you like, and I'll see you next time.